Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Miguel back again with another video, and I cannot tell you how excited I am after last night's Apple event. I mean, that event really had a lot of us on the edge of our seat, and we were able to kind of get 90% of all the leaks and rumors that we had been looking at for the past 7-8 months. And I gotta say, I think this is maybe one of the most exciting Apple or iPhone events that we've had in a long time, because we've seen some really cool changes. Not only did we get new iPhones, but we also got a new Apple Watch, a new series altogether, which is an extremely durable Apple Watch, which I will talk about in a little bit. We also got the AirPods Pro 2, which were rumored, but we're not 100% sure whether we were going to get them, but thankfully we did get them as well. But let's start with the star of the show, which is the iPhone 14. Now, we did get the iPhone 14 Plus, which is what we had expected from the past few months. It is the one that is replacing the iPhone mini. So this is a bigger 6.7-inch display iPhone, which is the same as the max size on the Pro models, but this is a non-Pro version. So we still have the regular notch and we still have the A15, but I believe there's one core that has been added on it, which will make it faster. So nevertheless, it's still going to be faster than the current A15 on the iPhone 13s. We got a few new colors as well, and we got a little bit of an improvement on the back cameras. And I have to say, the cameras have really stunned us this time, especially on the iPhone 14 Pro, which I will talk about a little bit. On the iPhone 14 regular, we still get the 12 megapixel camera, but there has been a lot of improvements, especially in low light. And talking about the cameras on the iPhone 14 Pro, they have been bumped to a 48 megapixel camera on the main, up from a 12 megapixel, which we have been seeing for the past many years. And the pictures that we saw were really unreal. I mean, we will have to get our hands on to see if we are able to replicate such high quality pictures. There's always a little bit of processing done on the pictures, but still the pictures looked too good to be true, and it was really hard to believe that this was actually coming out of a phone. So once we get them in hand, we'll do some photos and we'll be able to see what the picture quality is actually like. But I think the most exciting part about the 14 Pro and the dynamic island, which was something that we really did not expect. We did talk about a notch that we saw coming, and this was completely different. So it kind of is what we expected, but it's so much more than that as well. And it's something that I don't think really angered anyone, because a lot of people were really skeptical about the notch, and a lot of people really hated it. But this is something that Apple has completely redesigned, and a lot of people are actually pretty satisfied with it. I didn't see anyone or any negative feedback about the notch. So that notch is well, they're not really calling it a notch, they're calling it a dynamic island, which is kind of like another notification center, which is supposed to notify you and just overall interact with different things. It expands to include notifications and other app information. Again, something that we've never seen before. We also did get a new Super Retina XDR display, which can reach up to 2000 nits of peak brightness. We also have Pro Motion as well, so 120 hertz is by default. It has been improved slightly. And apart from that, another thing that was rumored is the always-on display. It is actually happening with the iPhone 14. We saw it happening last night at the event. So yes, always-on display is something that this for the first time ever that has been introduced in Apple devices. And one more thing that has been introduced for the first time ever is the satellite connectivity, which will be used to in places or remote places where you're not able to find a signal. So you may be able to make a brief call or send an SOS or even send a brief message and it will help people or emergency services respond to you and be able to help you out. And again, this is in the history of cell phones, this is the first time that this has been introduced, and I'm glad that Apple was the first phone to actually do this. So that's also really exciting to see. It was unexpected, but it was rumored. So again, really glad to see that Apple did go through with that. I should should also mention that the iPhone 14 Pro, the starting price of this is 4,299 dirhams here in the UAE, and this goes all the way up to 6,399 dirhams if you go for the 1 TB version. For the regular iPhone 14, the price starts at 3,399, and it also goes up really depending on the variant that you go with. And finally, talking about the Apple Watch, something that really had us excited and at the edge of our seat. So we did get a SE2 version of the Apple Watch, which has slight improvements. We then got an Apple Watch Series 8, which unfortunately did not have a redesign. It was expected that it was not going to be redesigned. So we pretty much have the same thing, but there are slight improvements. We do have a temperature sensor now this time, which is supposed to tell you about your core body temperature and see whether you have a fever. And I'm assuming this is in response to the pandemic and just be able to see if you ever have a temperature or not. So it's glad to see that Apple added that. But the star of the show, the bright light here is the Apple Watch Ultra. Now, we previously had rumors that it was gonna be called the Apple Watch Pro, but this is the Apple Watch Ultra, which really took it to the next level. And we knew that this was going to be a rugged edition and something that was going to be for gym freaks and psychopaths, but this has taken it to the next level. This is for extreme athletes. I mean, you can climb Mount Everest with this. You can dive through the Mariana Trench with this, maybe. I don't know. It has a titanium body as well, which is always meant to be stronger and lightweight. So overall, a really rugged edition. There are a couple of more buttons added. There's an action button added on the Apple Watch Ultra, and the design as well. So talking about the design, so on the bottom, the design, so if you look at it from the side, the Apple Watch Ultra from the side is kind of the same round design, but then you have a little bit of a protruding screen, which has a flat edge design. So it's not curved on the top, it's a flat design, and the glass is also a little bit thicker. The biggest improvement on this, well, not improvement, but the biggest feature about this is also the battery life, which will give you about 60 hours of battery life. And also on the Apple Watch Series 8, the regular Series 8 also has a massive battery improvement of up to 36 hours if you do put it on power mode, which will limit some functions, but nevertheless 36 hours is a lot of time for your Apple Watch. For the Apple Watch Ultra, the price is 3,199 dirhams, and for the Apple Watch Series 8, the starting price is 1,999 dirhams. And finally, we did get the AirPods Pro 2, which now has a personalized spatial audio feature, which is going to be customized to your ear, which is really good to see because obviously everyone's ears are different. We also have the H2 chip, and these AirPods Pro are now supposed to be charged with your Apple Watch charger as well, which is a new feature. For the AirPods Pro 2, the price is going to be 949 dirhams here in the UAE. So overall, a really exciting feature, really exciting event overall. This was just a quick video. I just wanted to highlight a few things that we were able to see yesterday on the event. Stay tuned because we hopefully will be getting our hands on these devices and doing unboxing and reviews and comparisons. So stay tuned for that. I cannot tell you how excited I am. Anyways, guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.